Today, on the Vince Everett Ellison Show, I'm going to try to mitigate and referee a family fight between two friends of mine, Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro. They're having this spat about Zionism, anti-Semitism, Israel. I'm going to see if I can kind of explain to y'all what's going on and maybe let them see that they're not that far apart. We're going to talk about that today on the Vince Everett Ellison Show. This thing started. You know, the devil's busy. My mama said it every day. She put something on the devil. Every time something goes wrong, well, the devil show is busy. She see it on TV. She see people say, Lord, the devil show is busy. He sure is. And right now I'm seeing this between two friends of mine, Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro. I know of Mark Levin. I don't know Mark Levin personally, but I do know Tucker and Ben Shapiro. I've been on both their shows. Candace Owens is a bit in this too. I'm disappointed in what Candace is doing with TPUSA, but she's kind of with Tucker again when it comes down to this Israel-Palestinian Zionism thing, and they're into it.
And that splinter faction is now being facilitated and normalized within the mainstream Republican Party. The main agent in that normalization is Tucker Carlson, who is an intellectual coward, a dishonest interlocutor, and a terrible friend. And Tucker Carlson last week was aided, abetted, celebrated for normalizing Nazism within the Republican Party by the mainstay organization of the traditional right, the Heritage Foundation.
Now, but is there any way that you and Ben Shapiro can actually find your way to détente?
I'm not against Ben Shapiro. He did like a 40-minute thing yesterday calling me dangerous and all this stuff. It's like, I didn't watch it because why? But I got a lot of texts about it, and it's like, I don't think Ben Shapiro is driving a lot of this stuff. I don't consider him like the world's greatest force for evil. I don't feel that way at all. I don't actually think about him ever. So I'm not attacking him. I saw him at Charlie's memorial service backstage. It was totally nice, and he looked a little uncomfortable, but I wasn't uncomfortable. I'm like a lunatic. I was like prattling on and telling obscene jokes and all this stuff, and he was totally nice. A little appalled, but nice. And so I don't want to have a war with Ben Shapiro. I don't know does he really think that me doing an interview in which I explained that anti-Semitism is wrong to one of the lead purveyors of anti-Semitism, that somehow makes me a Nazi? Like, what is the argument here?
I'm going to ask him tomorrow night.
No, but
it's interesting to me because it seems that the Washington Post, they never ever miss an opportunity to jump on Tucker. I mean, every opportunity and this tells me something, that if the Post is jumping on Tucker and all these other liberal news organizations are defending Tucker, and it's just a weird thing, man. It's just some are defending him, some are jumping on him. But I want to try to explain to you guys what's going on. Tucker and Candace Owens has taken this stand that the war in Palestine that was going on between Israel and Hamas, or Israel and Palestine, that Israel was being too heavy-handed. And they had gotten, I know that Candace said that they had gotten into genocide. I don't know if Tucker says it's genocide or not. I don't want to speak for Tucker. I don't know if he said it's genocide. I know he says it's going too far. Tucker's standpoint is this, and it's very simple. Tucker is concerned about America getting in these unending foreign wars that don't benefit America. And he fears that America is about to become a proxy state for Israel, and that the Jewish lobby, AIPAC, American Israel PAC, has too much influence, and that these very rich Jewish people over here have an undue influence in American politics, and that they have so much power that they can get politicians to put America to get America to do anything to defend Israel. And he's saying that most of our politicians now work for Israel. That's basically what Tucker says. Because of that, America really comes to Israel's aid big time. We give them a lot of money. We give them a lot of weapons. We give them a lot of intelligence. And most of the time when we're into it in the Middle East with anybody, it's usually because somehow or another we're defending Israel. And this has been happening since 1948. Tucker's saying it's time to end this. Israel needs to defend itself. We need to pull out of there, mind our own business. If we're going to fight, it needs to be for American interests only. Candace kind of got hooked up in it when she saw the Palestinian war over there with Israel in Gaza. She saw the children dying and how Israel was just relentless in pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding. Then you got my friend Ben Shapiro, and you got Mark Levin. Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro are staunch supporters of Israel, which I am also. And they don't believe that any help that America gives Israel is bad for America. They say like we're like two brothers in the same family. We got the same enemies. And if one attacks, if you're attacking Israel, you're attacking America. If you're attacking America, you're attacking Israel. Tucker says, no, I ain't buying that. America is America, Israel is Israel, and that's it. And that's basically where the fight is. So because Tucker says that, there are many people that say that if you're not pro-Zionist, which is you're supposed to help out Israel, period, at all times. If you're not pro-Zionist, then you're anti-Semitic. They hook the two together. I know Tucker Carlson personally. He's not an anti-Semite. He's not. Like I said, I know him too well. He's not an anti-Semite. Tucker is true blue American. And Tucker has a point about us getting involved in foreign wars defending other countries. He's seen this thing called mission creep, where you start sending advisors, and then you have to send advisors, you send money, and then after you send money, you send planes, and after you send planes, you send 500 troops, then you send 10, and the thing blows up into a war, just like Vietnam did, just like Afghanistan, all these other wars do. And Tucker says, I'm tired of this. Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro are on the side of, if it helps Israel, it helps America. If Israel goes down, America goes down. So it's kind of like this. I use a scenario like this. He says, if something happens, if it helps America, we do it. If it helps America and helps Israel, we do it. If it helps America but hurts Israel, we might do it. Now, in the eyes of Ben Shapiro and maybe Mark Levin, it would be if it hurts Israel, we don't do it, even if it helps America. If it helps America, if it hurts America and it helps Israel, if it hurts America and helps Israel, I say we don't do it. If it hurts America, but it helps Israel, I said we don't do it. Now, Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin might say, yes, we do it. Even if it hurts America, but it helps Israel. Tucker's kind of where I am on that. He said, if it hurts America, but helps Israel, we don't do it. And if it hurts America and Israel, it's hell no. We don't do it at all. The only place where we might have a problem is where it hurts America, but helps Israel. If it hurts America, but it helps Israel. Now see, if it's a brother-brother situation like me and my brother, if it hurts me but helps my brother, I'm going to do it. No question. If it hurts me and helps my children, I'm going to do it. That's family. And I can see how Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro sees it that way. Because they have dual citizenship. I think they do. I'm not going to say for sure that they do. I think they do. So they see themselves, Israel and America, we're together. But that's kind of where Tucker kind of draws the line. He says if it hurts America but helps Israel, I don't want to do it. That is a conundrum, isn't it? Because I can see where both of them are. Because you got Ben Shapiro saying, well, if it helps Israel, it can't hurt America. Mark Levin's kind of the same way. Tucker says, I don't see it that way. I can see a scenario where America gets hurt and Israel gets helped, and it hurts our country. And Tucker can look at some of the wars that we've been in. He can say we've had thousands of people die. We've had trillions of dollars we could have spent on our own country. There are many things that we could have done with that money. Instead, we're helping a foreign nation, and it's gotten to a point where America first, no. And this is where the American first doctrine comes in. America first. It has to help America or we don't do it. So I'm wondering what you think about it. It's an interesting fight. I don't believe that Tucker is an anti-Semite. I wish they would stop saying that because I know it's not true. I think that Tucker has a different point of view, and I think that the only difference they have is when it comes down to it helps Israel and it hurts America. Now, if those two scenarios, it helps Israel, hurts America, helps America, hurts Israel. Those are the two scenarios that they disagree on. There are so many nuances involved in this. Things are kind of simple with me. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I think that us and Israel have common enemies all over the world. They call Israel the little Satan. They call us the great Satan. They put us in one package together. The people that are trying to destroy Israel are also trying to destroy us. But people say, well, it's because of Israel that they're trying to destroy us. Well, maybe, maybe not. I mean, they kind of have this commonality where they hate Christians and Jews. Nevertheless, the United States of America determines its foreign policy. Nobody tells us what to do. We help who we want to help. We do what we want to do. If you don't like it, that's your problem. But you're not going to tell us or dictate to us who we help, what we do, or where we go. Also, in the Middle East, a lot of our oil comes from there. And if that's disrupted, the whole world economy goes into depression because much of the oil for the whole world comes out of the Middle East. And so we're there to make sure that that is not disrupted. And Israel allows us a lot of room in the Middle East to operate, to make sure that the oil supply keeps coming to America and to the world, because this is a global market now. So that's one of the ways that Israel helps us a lot. And you have terrorists over there who want the oil. That's what Saddam Hussein was doing that time. He wanted to take over Kuwait. He wanted to take over Iraq. And we already had Iraq. He wanted Kuwait. He wanted Saudi Arabia. He also wanted Iran, so he could control the world global market on oil. So I'm kind of getting in the weeds with it now, but I want you to know that we have reasons to be over in the Middle East. Israel gives us a lot of carte blanche and a lot of room over there to operate in the Middle East to make sure that the things that we need and that our interests are always looked after. So we have a vested interest in making sure that Israel remains strong, that it is not attacked, and a lot of the people over in Israel are dual citizens of the United States of America, that also. But more than anything, we want to live in peace over there. We don't want what happened in Gaza to ever happen again. We know that Iran cannot get any type of nuclear weapons. Why? Because they've said they're going to destroy us in Israel if they get them. So when Trump, dropped those bunker-busting bombs on Iran and took out those plants over there that were making the weapons, yeah, I was all for it. Because why? Because they told us they're going to drop them on us if they got them, and Israel. So it's this nuance between these two parties, where Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro are saying, we believe that what is in the interest of Israel is automatically in the interest of the United States of America. And Tucker is saying that I believe that there will be some scenarios, maybe not today, but maybe in the future, will come up where they're only in the interest of Israel, and they don't help us at all, and we should not be involved in those scenarios. Interesting debate. I will say this. I believe if something will help Israel but really hurt the United States of America, I'm not for it. Now, has that scenario come up yet? I think that we can probably go down in the past and find nothing comes up with me right now. I can't think of anything. I'm sure that I got a very intelligent audience. I read your comments, all of them. And if you want to comment on some of this, please do. You know, tell me some situations where the United States of America has gotten into situations where we've helped Israel but really hurt ourselves. I'm not saying they don't exist. I said, you know, if you put it in there and I'll say, thank you. I may have forgotten about it. But yeah, I'm not for those situations. I'm not for hurting my country to try to help out another country. I think that we have to be able to justify and show how this helps us at the same time. So I hope that this debate between these two parties, hope it deadens, hope it slows down. I know that Ben Shapiro's a good man. I know Tucker's a good man. Mark Levin's a good man. And I think Candace is going to be okay. I think she's going to be okay. I'm praying for my sister. I think she's going to be okay. But I hope that we get back to where we're all both attacking the real enemy. And who is that? The Democratic Party, who are basically Hamas and Palestine tied into one. You remember the Democrats were the ones that, from the river to the sea, they want to drive the Jews and Israel into the ocean. Let's not forget that, okay? That they were the ones calling for a ceasefire so Hamas can remain where they are. Yeah, they were the ones that were on the college campuses screaming, free Palestine, free Palestine. Free Palestine means no Israel. No one is, Tucker's not calling for that. Tucker's not calling for that. Tucker's not calling for Israel to be driven into the sea. Tucker's not calling for Israel not to exist. Tucker's not calling for the extermination of Jews. He's not calling for any of that. So let us not take it to a level of extremism that doesn't exist. I think Tucker has offered to debate Mark Levin at AmeriFest. It's going to be held in Phoenix. I'm going to be there. Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in a panel discussion about our documentary, Race War. If you haven't seen it, check it out on Rumble. Race War. TPUSA, Race War. It's a 4-part series. I'm in all 4 parts. So I'm going to be at TPUSA in December discussing race war on a panel. Hopefully I might can see if I can get a boxing ring up and let Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro and Tucker fight it out. That'd be funny as hell. Let's do a celebrity boxing match between Ben Shapiro and Tucker. I'll be the referee. Then I put April Chapman in there with Candace Owens and let them fight it out too. I don't think Candace is going to be invited to AmeriFest. No, I don't think Candace is going to be invited to AmeriFest. I think April will be there, but I don't think Candace is going to be invited. Hopefully, I'm going to leave that alone. But let us pray that the people over here on the conservative side, that we kind of get ourselves together and let us start homing in again on who the real enemy is. It's those evil, nasty, dirty, stinking, anti-bigoted, murdering, homongering, pimp, rapping. I can't think of any more. I can think of some Democrats, okay? And let us take all of our power, all of our concentration, and let us throw it at them because they are the evil ones in this country. And it's not Tucker. It's not Ben Shapiro. It's not Mark Levin. It's these freaking no-good Democrats who were waving the Hamas flag, who was running around here talking about from the river to the sea and free Palestine. Them, the ones that have the squad over there on their side, Ilhan Omar and Tabib and all of them, Talib and all of them over there. Those are the enemies of America. Those are the enemies of our nation. Those are the enemies of Israel. Let us not forget that, all right? Let us remember it. And I'm going to keep bringing this to you because I'm here to wake you up. Hope I did you some good today. Hope I put some light on this for you. And I want you to join me again for another edition of the Vince Everett Ellison Show. All right, friends, Vince Everett Ellison is here. I want you to go to my website. And on my website, you're going to see a lot of great stuff, man. You're going to see that we got T-shirts, we got caps. You got my books, my documentaries. You got all kinds of stuff on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Go there. We're dropping new T-shirts. We're dropping new merchandise. My new book, The End of Tolerance, is there. The End of Tolerance. Make sure you get it. Make it number one. If you got my first three, get The End of Tolerance. It's just as good. And it's telling us we have to end our tolerance with these leftists, these Democrats. We can no longer allow them to sexually groom our children. We can no longer allow them to castrate little boys and call them little girls, run God out of the public square, take away our guns, take away our sovereignty. No longer allow it. So go on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. That is VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Hit merchandise. You'll see the T-shirts. You'll see the caps. You'll see the books. You'll see the documentaries. You'll see it all. And let's keep this ball rolling. God bless you.